this is Stephanie Ortega, and you're listening to the Remix Movement Podcast.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi, everybody.
Hey.
How are you today, Luis?
I am good. How are you?
I'm good. It's good to be here with you again. I missed you yesterday.
Yes, it's been such a long time.
No, Luis. I'm just saying I miss hearing your voice on the podcast.
Do you?
Yes. Did you see the video?
Yes, I did. I'm so uncomfortable with my voice.
Why?
Because I feel like it sounds so much different on a microphone than I do like in real person.
It's the same thing. I love your voice.
Oh, I thank you.
By the way, happy 6-year anniversary.
Happy 6-year anniversary.
So today, guys, we're celebrating our 6-year wedding anniversary.
Wedding.
Anniversary.
Yes, that's the key word.
And if you have not yet seen our last episode 30, that's the one that I was telling you guys. It was our first video.
Yes.
Yeah. So we're taking a step of faith and we are doing a video on some of our podcasts. And it'll be mostly me because, like I mentioned, Luis is working whenever I record it.
Right.
But hopefully one day we'll see you there. We'll see.
We will see.
We're waiting for coronavirus to leave.
I'm here in spirit.
Yes. And you're always going to be here on some of our other episodes.
That is true.
Right? To help me out with my sound. And I know me and you have to talk about like changing the camera so that it's at a different angle.
There's a few things that we'll work on. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So guys, if you thought it was very unprofessional and it was very amateur, it's because it really was very unprofessional and it was very amateur.
Yeah, I kind of got that vibe, which is okay because it's your first time.
Yeah, no editing.
Right. So that I mean, for the most part, that was pretty good.
I tried. I'm trying. I feel like it was a way for us to connect, and we got some comments on YouTube. So if you guys still are encouraged by it, if you guys really like it, give us a thumbs up, subscribe to it, and leave us your comments. Send us a DM on Instagram or Facebook, but send it also at the bottom of the episode. If you have any tips or if you have any other ideas for our next episodes, if you're like, hey, I think for the next episode that you do on video, you should do this. And any great feedback that's positive will definitely be appreciated.
For sure.
So last episode's challenge was think of something that the Holy Spirit has been tugging on your heart to do and step out of faith and do it. So I really hope that you guys were able to, after we prayed in that episode, just be able to really commit to taking that step of faith and whatever it is that God is telling you to do. And, we gave some really good examples there, but I know that as long as you're taking steps of faith, your relationship with Christ is going to grow.
Yep.
So that was a really good episode. It was a very short episode too, right, Luis?
It was something like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
Yeah.
I don't think for people like me, and I know that we've talked about this before, for people like me, going into listening to a 1-hour podcast.
It's a lot.
It's hard for me. I've done it, but it is not easy because I'm easily like distracted. Yeah. So.
Well, usually our sweet spot with the remix episodes have been around 30 to
minutes.
35 minutes.
Yeah.
That's our sweet spot. But I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, maybe our listeners can give us some like
feedback. Like let us know which one's better.
Yeah, like how long are you actively like listening? Like what is your reach?
There you go. What
is the limit?
Yeah, what can you like be actively listening to and take?
Right. Cuz okay, so like if you're listening to this podcast while you're on your way to work, most people they don't work an hour away from from their
just the people that live. Just the people that God has blessed them with that ability.
Sure.
Like right. Me, like I do an hour every day.
Yeah, which is
a lot. No, but I listen to podcasts and I listen to, those radio stations and positive music and positive messages. I don't have a problem with it.
For me, I would get bored listening to my own voice. That's all I'm saying. So,
well, it's a good thing our listeners are not you.
Yeah, right?
Right? But, we're testing it out. We're seeing. We're trying new things.
Yes,
so there's nothing wrong with evolving and trying new things out.
Yeah. So to all our listeners, let us know what is your comfort zone as far as listening.
Awesome. All right. So we mentioned to you guys that we are excited to celebrate our 6-year wedding anniversary. So we thought it'd be fun for this episode to share a little bit of our love story.
Yay.
Louis, don't be so sarcastic.
No, that wasn't sarcastic.
Guys,
That was
I promise you, he doesn't hate being in this marriage.
no, I don't. I actually like it's so fun for me anyway.
Okay. Well, let's take things slow so that they can hear the whole picture of what
For sure,
it is.
yeah.
But yeah, guys, my husband is very sarcastic. So
That
when he
wasn't
says
sarcasm.
yay, I don't know.
That really was not sarcasm. That was like
Rah rah.
I don't know how to say it.
Oh, well, it sounds like sarcasm to me. I'm gonna take it as sarcasm.
Okay.
All right. So we're going to start with some intro questions. These are some of the questions that a lot of people are very easy to ask us, right? So the first one is, how old are we now? So right now, you guys know my birthday just passed, and I just turned 29.
Yes, you did.
All right. So I'm 29. And Louis, how old are you?
33.
33. And he's going to be turning 34 in July.
I am.
Yeah. Louis's birthday is the best birthday ever because his birthday falls the day after 4th of July.
Yes.
So whenever Louis's birthday comes, I always try to do like a really fun weekend and have the long weekend.
Well, yeah, it's always a long weekend.
Yeah, and just get like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and whenever your birthday.
Right. It's usually
Usually it's like a 4 or 5 day weekend.
Usually my birthday falls on the last days of the week.
Yeah.
It's very rare that there's been instances where it's fallen in the middle, but I've always made it a longer weekend.
Yeah.
Just because I can. So that's been
I wish
nice.
my birthday was like that. But you know what? I enjoy being a spring baby. So I'm a spring baby and Louis is a summer baby.
Yes.
All right. So the second question is, what is your nationality? So for me, I'm Hispanic. I'm
That's
American.
Okay.
I know. I'm American. I was born in Langhorne, Pennsylvania. And we have a friend that always says that, Langhorne.
It sounds very country.
It does, but it's not. It's a very nice little city in Pennsylvania. And all of my family, heritage-wise, is from Puerto Rico.
Okay.
So everybody in my family is Puerto Rican until I met Louis.
Yes.
All right. So, Louis, go ahead.
Okay. So I am American, and my family is from Guatemala and El Salvador.
Yes. So Louis is the first and only Guatemalan I've ever dated or married.
Yeah, we're kind of like a rare species.
Or really had like friends. I think you were really like the only Guatemalan friend I had.
I'm usually the only Guatemalan friend to anybody.
To anybody.
Yeah.
And everybody asks us if you're Mexican.
Well, yeah, because they share a lot of the same cultural customs.
Customs,
Right,
yeah.
So
you like a lot of tacos, a lot of Mexican
anybody can
corn.
like tacos. Anybody can like that stuff. But I just have a special place for all that special food.
I know.
That's
You
in my
really
belly.
like it.
Yeah.
All right. So the last one is, what is the best part of being married? All right. So the best part of being married for me is literally going through every life's challenge with Louis. Like literally every time we hit a success, every time we hit an anniversary, every time we hit a birthday, every time we hit our honeymoon, anytime like I graduated from college or Louis got his license, any time of our life, basically, I enjoy spending it with Louis. I would not want to spend it with anybody else because I feel like after being married to Louis for 6 years, I feel like he already knows my moods and my attitudes and
Yes, I do.
my everything. So the best part for me is just sharing all of those different holidays, anniversaries, and celebrations with you.
Yes.
All right, go ahead, Louis.
I will say the same thing.
No, you can't take the same thing.
It is the same thing.
Baby, you cannot take the same thing.
I'm saying the same thing. I literally you literally share life experiences with your significant other. So
And you have no choice. No, I'm just kidding.
no, that's all. I don't know what you're coming from with that.
No. I'm just kidding. We're in this together forever.
Yeah.
That's it. You have no choice, honestly.
There's always a choice. I just choose to stay in this marriage.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yes.
All right. So we have a fun game. I cut out 2 pieces of paper, and one of the pieces of paper says Lewis's name, and the other piece of the paper says my name. So what we're going to do is I'm going to ask fun questions about our marriage. Okay. And then Lewis and I are going to decide who it is, and then we'll let you know if we match or we don't match.
Okay.
All right. So the first one, then, who is the better cook? And both of us said me.
Yes.
Yes, I take pride in that. Thank you, Mommy. You have taught me well. And Lewis definitely made you know that he's very happy with what I cook. All right. Number 2, who is the messiest? Definitely Lewis.
Yes.
Why is that Lewis?
I just am.
But what kind of messy are we talking about? Just give them an example.
I leave my clothes on the floor, and you make me pick them up.
Sometimes I just leave them there to see how long it takes for you to know that it's there.
Okay.
But at this point, we don't argue about it anymore because it's just like I have to embrace that that's you.
It is.
I really do have to embrace that. And I get it too because you get home at like 1 a.m. So the first thing you want to do is just take all your clothes off, leave it on the floor, have something to eat, and go to sleep.
Yep.
It's all good, babe. Your messes, you clean up. That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Who is the loudest? Aw, Lewis. You think I'm the loudest?
You don't think you're the loudest?
I am loud, but do you
so.
think I'm the loudest of both of us?
Yeah. I raised your name, Stephanie.
But what do you mean by that? Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
It's both. It could be good and it could be bad.
For real?
Yeah. You don't think so?
I mean, when we go out to dinner, I try to lower my voice.
You don't try that hard.
But I understand, though.
I mean, I'm not mad. I'm just saying that you're the loudest.
You know, they say a lot of Puerto Ricans are loud. So I'm just going to blame it on the fact that us Puerto Ricans, we are very passionate people, and that's what it is.
Okay.
All right, the next one is, who's the most active when it comes to exercise? Aw, you're so honest today. I love that. So both of us said me.
Yeah.
I tried to get Lewis to do more exercise.
You know, believe it or not, like, because I'm on my feet all day at work.
I know you say it all the time.
Yeah, I hate to blow that in your face, but it's kind of true.
No. But you see, exercise is when your heart rate is fast and you're sweating. So when you're at work, is your heart rate fast and you're sweating?
It could be. At times, not. I mean,
not
I'm
all
not
the
saying
time.
no. I'm not running a marathon every day.
Yeah. Well, don't worry. I think you're really good at dieting better than me.
I think so.
Like, I think Lewis, whenever he tries to get on like a juice diet, he loses so much weight faster than I do. And like, he's really good at it. I know you really like the juices anyways.
Yeah, they're good.
I have a hard time with some of those juices. Like, some of them I just don't like the taste of it. But hey, I'm good at exercising. You're good at dieting. And in the name of Jesus, both of us will be looking as fit as we did when we first got married.
There you go.
All right. Who's the funniest? Oh, definitely Lewis.
I think so.
Yes. If you guys know Lewis, you know he has his jokes. He makes fun of certain things. And he's just a very charismatic person.
That is true.
And I think definitely when we heard our first episode, a lot of people were saying that they really liked our dynamic. Mm-hmm. I think they were basically saying we were a funny couple because you were funny and I just reacted to your funniness.
That could be it.
So that's why we appreciate you in the remix movement.
Yes.
All right. Who's the most romantic? Definitely me.
Yes, you are.
Yes. So just so you know, today, guys, I ordered from Lewis's favorite restaurant.
I wouldn't go that far.
Okay. So Lewis's restaurant that he really likes, the calamari.
Yeah.
Okay. And they used to have, well, they still do. They have this restaurant in Fort Lauderdale. And when we moved, we just found out they have one here in Wellington.
They do.
So we couldn't eat there because normally we do go out to eat for our anniversary. And we Uber eated it.
Yeah, it's a little different this year.
Yeah, but it was nice. I had like the champagne glasses.
Yep.
And I had like the plates and I set it up very nicely. So you guys can go to my Instagram and see it. But it's I tried to keep the romance alive in those things.
You did great.
I try.
You did.
All right. So who's most spontaneous? Definitely Lewis.
I think
we
so.
don't agree. We don't disagree on a lot of these, which is really good.
I don't think we've disagreed in any of these questions so far.
That's really good. That makes me happy. But yeah, my husband is very spontaneous. When we go on vacations, he always reminds me, you have to not always plan everything. And I think when we first got married, like I was so used to like, we have to plan this and we have to plan that. We have to make sure this is right. We have to make sure that we have something scheduled. And Lewis is very spontaneous. You know, sometimes he's like, I just want to wake up late and I just want to like, you know, if I feel like going to the beach, let's go to the beach. And if I feel like, you know, going to a nearby, you know, area where we can kind of walk around. I think you are very, very good at when it comes to being spontaneous. And I think we balance each other out like that.
I think so.
All right. Who snores the loudest? Definitely Lewis.
Yes, I do.
Yes. This is a learning curve when we first got married. Because when
What does that mean?
a learning curve is like I didn't know that, but I had to deal with it.
Oh, well, you've dealt with it.
Yeah. So, and I know a lot of your friends would say the same thing because you've gone on trips with guys.
Yeah.
And the guys have like always complained, like, how do you sleep with Lewis? He snores so loud.
Yeah, I blame that on me. I'm fat, so that definitely.
It could also be that you just like to sleep with your mouth open and you snore a lot with your mouth open.
I can't control anything when I'm sleeping. And when I'm sleeping, it might be gas, it might be snores, like.
Most of the time you sleep throughout the night, even though you are the loudest. And I do kind of appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Yeah, because I don't snore that loud, but I know I do snore because you tell me.
You do.
Yeah, but I'm one of those people that when I sleep, I have to wake up like every few hours. So like I don't sleep throughout the whole night. Like you felt me like literally like at 3 a.m, I'll wake up, go to the bathroom, come back, or I'll like think where's the dog or something like that. I just don't sleep through the night like you do. I don't know if it has to do with snoring, but
I don't know.
all right. So number 9, whose idea was it to get a dog? Definitely Lewis's idea.
Yes.
Because you were thinking of me.
Yes, I was.
Yes. So we got a dog because, Lewis, when we first got married, was working the second shift, which is the same shift he's working now.
I'm back.
And it was really hard for newlyweds because, they say that when you first get married, you have your like lovey-dovey newlywed kind of syndrome where you just want to wake up with them and you want to spend time with them and you want to like be with them and hug them and kiss them and love them. And like we didn't get that our first year. But you know what? I feel like maybe our second and third year after they put you on the first shift, it got better.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's okay. All right. And the last question is, who is the most creative when it comes to planning surprises? Oh, this is the only one we disagree with.
I guess so.
Lewis says me and
Yeah.
I say Lewis.
Yeah.
Okay. So you tell me why.
Well, because you plan. I don't really plan. And I don't like surprises. So.
Well, I'm going to tell you. I think you do surprises not knowing that you do them. And I'll give you an example.
No, I don't like to receive surprises.
But you've given me surprises.
But that's not receiving. That's
no,
giving.
no. Who's the most creative when it comes to planning surprises?
Yeah, I don't give them.
Okay. Well, I think you do.
Okay.
I'm just saying it because I know this Valentine's Day, you surprised me with some new sneakers and balloons and some chocolate covered strawberries. And I didn't expect any of that. And I thought it was a really nice surprise when I got home.
Okay, well, you're welcome.
And like usually for like my birthday, you've done in the past like these birthday gifts and like these like nice baskets and stuff. I don't think you plan them. Does that make sense?
Yes.
But I mean, that's good. Like I really appreciate your surprises, and I guess I like giving surprises and planning them. So that's why you said me.
That is exactly right.
I like it. All right. So enough about me and him with regards to who's better. We're going to get down and dirty with our love story.
Yay.
Wow, Lewis.
Was that sarcasm too?
Yes. What is wrong with you?
I don't know why it sounds like that.
Lewis, oh my goodness. Guys, I'm so sorry.
No, I honestly, like, it's just
I didn't know Lewis was going to be grumpy today.
I am not, actually. Like, I'm actually, like, fine. It's just, I don't know why it sounds sarcastic.
Maybe it's the inflection in your voice.
I think so. Like my voice is very like, I don't know, maybe monotone, so it just sounds like that.
I guess. All right. So, where do we first meet? I'll take you. I mean,
Are you asking me, or are you gonna?
these are just questions about our love story. So, I mean, I think we'll do one at a time since you already have the list. So yeah, go ahead. You could do number one.
We met at church.
Yes. We met at church in Florida.
Yes.
Right. Okay. How old were we at the time? Oh my gosh.
I don't know.
No, wait. I do know. 2010 was 10 years ago. Right? I'm 29 now.
So you're 19.
19. Okay, I was 18 when we first. Actually, no, because we knew each other as friends before we started dating.
Yes.
All right, so I was 19 when you asked me out.
Maybe we should come back to this question.
I think I was like 15.
Definitely not.
You don't think I was 15?
I know.
We were going to that church for a pretty long time.
Okay, I don't know.
All right, so how old were you when you were doing Franco Noise?
I don't remember.
No?
No, I can't remember that far back. I'm too old for this now.
Oh my gosh. Well, I think it was 15. I met you as a friend, I think at 15, and you're 5 years older than me, so that would be around 20.
Okay.
Let's just say that.
Okay.
All right. Number 3, when did Lewis ask me to be his girlfriend and how? I'll let you do that one.
I don't know when.
Please tell me you remember.
Let's come back to that question.
We're going to come back to so many. I'm going to answer it for you. Maybe you'll remember.
Sure, go ahead.
March 24, 2010 is when you asked me to be your girlfriend.
Ah, okay, yes.
Okay. March 24, 2010. That was literally 10 years ago.
Got it.
Okay. And how? I'm pretty sure it was over Skype.
Okay, sounds good.
I'm pretty sure it was over Skype because we used to like talk to each other a lot on Skype.
Yeah.
All right, cool. When Skype was cool. It's coming back now because of the quarantine, but whatever. All right, number 4. What was our first date as boyfriend and girlfriend? Oh, Lewis, go ahead.
You want me to answer all these questions? That's fine.
I mean, you got to answer one. You've been telling me, I don't know, I don't remember. You take it away.
At the movies.
Which movies?
Flippers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Flippers is not even existent now.
It probably is not.
Oh my gosh. All right. Flippers is a movie theater and arcade that they used to have in Hollywood.
Yes.
And we had our first date there. And I remember Lewis ordered me a cherry Slurpee.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I used to love those Slurpees. And it was super cheap to go to the movie theaters. How much was it? It was like what? Like $7?
Maybe. I can't remember.
It was super cheap. Like
Yeah.
it was, I mean, it wasn't a cheap date, but it was our first like date.
It was a cheap date.
It was fun. I beat you like 4 times in air hockey.
Yes, I remember.
Yes. And I got my first kiss that day.
You did. Yep.
Yeah, because I won.
Okay.
I beat you. And don't say that you let me beat me because I'm really
That's
good.
fine. You won.
All right. Okay, so what kind of dates did we go on while we were dating? The simple boyfriend and girlfriend stuff back in the 2000s, I guess. You know, movies, dinners. I used to love Dave and Buster's and playing arcade games. I used to love going to the beach. We used to go to the beach together.
Yeah.
We used to walk the beach. We used to go to like the boardwalk. We used to go to the movies. I want to say that we did other stuff. Like I remember one time you took me to Bayside in Miami.
Yeah.
And for my birthday, we went on the party boat and that was fun.
Good time. Yep.
Yeah. And then we went one time to Disney World. Remember one time we went and my mom made me go at like 2:00 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
And we had to come back by like 12 at night.
Yes.
Oh my God, that was so hard.
Yes.
But I mean, yeah, those are our typical dates. How did our parents react to us dating? You don't know.
No, I mean, what were they gonna? I don't. As far as my parents, like they were like, okay, well, whatever. As far as your parents, they were like, okay, fine.
I guess. I mean, know that there was I don't think they knew that we were gonna start dating because at the time before we started dating, like both of us were in like other relationships. And then, like, after we broke up with them, like, we got together.
Yeah.
Yeah. My sister will tell everybody that she thought Lewis was the rebound boy. She will always say that. But it's okay because, babe, I married you and you are not the rebound. Mm-mm.
Okay. This just got awkward.
No. Well, no. So, Lewis and I, we, our parents were okay with it.
Yeah, it wasn't a big deal. Like
It wasn't, but did you feel like there were a lot of eyes on you because I was a pastor's kid?
Not for my parents.
No. I'm saying like in general, like whenever we go to church or whenever we go out with like youth group.
I didn't even think about it.
For real?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so I'm a PK, so that means preacher's kid. And like I always felt, maybe it's just me, but I always felt like there was always eyes looking at us. And I remember after we got married, your mom was like, I remember when you guys were dating, I saw you guys kissing downstairs on a Sunday.
I mean, like I said, I didn't think about it, so it wasn't a big deal to me.
Yeah. But I will tell you this though, guys. Even though Lewis and I were well in our 20s, I want to say. Lewis was in his 20s. I was like 19 or whatever. There were a lot of restrictions and boundaries. And I just want to take a few minutes to talk about it because I think it's really important. When we were dating, we had a lot of curfews on my parents' side. Right, babe?
Yep.
Yeah. So, obviously I was living with my mom and Lewis was living with his mom. We didn't have our own separate places. And I was still in college at the time. So, yeah, I had my own car and we had certain things that we were able to do. But, like, I always respected my parents. I always respected their curfews. And I know it was a lot different than how the dating is going now. We have a lot of friends that are our age that, they live by themselves or...
But that's the way they do it. Like,
yeah, it's just different.
The way we did it was our way. That's it. Like, so you can't really like...
It's just different. And I think it was different because of the times too.
It's different for us. Probably not different for them.
For them, the people that are by themselves?
For the people that do it their way.
Oh, no, I know. But here's another thing, and this goes into our next question. The question is, did we have sex while we were dating and before we got married? And the answer is no. And Lewis and I, we knew very well the kind of person that we wanted to date. We both knew that we wanted to be with somebody who knew Christ. And we both knew that we wanted to save ourselves for marriage. This was something that on a personal level, like I grew up saying, true love waits. And, my dad did the ceremony and everything. But you know what? Boundaries are not bad. I think boundaries are good. There were temptations. I'm not going to lie. Sometimes, if we were out for dinner and then, we spent a few minutes in the car. But I think to avoid the temptation, it was just a matter of saying, okay, I'll see you the next day. Or, all right, let's, cut it short. You know what I mean? So, yeah. So, boundaries are okay. I think for anybody in any age when you're dating, you should have your own boundaries because boundaries kind of relate to who you are. And, when you set boundaries, it allows you to get to know more of that person. So instead of putting all the focus on sex and, finding out like, how they are in bed, you're able to connect on a more intimate level when it comes to like their mental state, when it comes to their spiritual lives, and when it just comes to personality, like you are able to hone down on like their values and their morals. And I think it just creates a genuine relationship when you decide for yourself, like, hey, let's not get into sex and let's just enjoy each other. Let's get to know each other. Like, I know when I was dating Lewis, I was at a point in my life where I was looking for, I don't want to just date to date. I'm dating so that I could find the man that I want to spend the rest of my life. And I don't know, Lewis, is that the same thing that you did when you were dating?
Same thing.
Yeah. And so it's just because at that time, we were a little older when we were dating. And like I said, at the time I was about to graduate college. And I wanted to make sure that like I know that the person I want to be with is able to embrace all of me. Okay. So going down to the engagement part. All right. I think this will be cool. How did Lewis propose to me?
How, Stephanie?
I will take it away, Louis. All right. So my mom told me not to say the story, but I'm going to say it. I don't care.
Maybe you shouldn't.
Why? You don't like it?
No, but maybe you could keep that between you and me.
No. Everybody talks about how people get engaged. I think this is cool.
Maybe we should keep that to ourselves.
For real?
Yeah.
All right. Fine. I won't tell you. But if you guys want to know, I'll DM you or whatever.
No.
It's not a bad story.
No, it's not a bad story. Just we could keep that one for us.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't fancy.
No, it wasn't.
But it was just right.
It was for us.
Okay. How long did we date before our engagement? 4 years.
Yes.
Okay. I don't know if you were looking at me because you didn't know the answer.
No, I was waiting for you to answer.
Luis, you were looking at me because you didn't know the answer.
I knew the answer.
Okay. Well, just so you guys know, I did give my husband an ultimatum. I was like, it's 4 years we've been together. You gave me a promise ring because I asked for it, and I'm getting old. So I think you need to go ahead and propose to me. And I will tell you this. I thought you were going to propose to me when you redid our first date, and you didn't. And I was just like, man, I thought you were going to ask me on that day, and you didn't. But it's all good. You proposed to me, and that's all that matters. And here we are.
It was on purpose.
Was it on purpose? Because it really bugged me. I remember going home, and I was like, yo, I told my sister, I was like, Louis just reenacted our first date, ordered the same food, the same icy. We played air hockey. Everything was exactly like the first date. You put me in my car and took me home, and that was it.
It was on purpose.
I was so mad. I was like, I told my mom, I was like, why did he do that? And I don't even remember when you asked my dad for my hand in marriage.
You weren't supposed to know.
I know, but like it would have been nice to know. Because
But
my dad probably knew that you were going to propose and thought that that was going to be the day too, and nothing happened.
I know.
Ugh. Only you know why you did that.
I do.
All right. So, did we take premarital classes? Yes, we did. And if you're engaged, I would suggest that you do take premarital classes. One, it saves you money on your marriage license. It's like $40, I think. So instead of paying so much money for your marriage license, you save $40. Okay. And two, our premarital class, I think, was really, really good. We did it with one of the churches that we were attending at the time. And they talked about everything. They talked about finances. They talked about, living with each other. They talked about personal space and hygiene. And they talked about sex. They talked about family. And, I think the family one was the one that was the biggest for us, just because Lewis's Central American culture is very different to Puerto Rican culture. And I kind of get that in like the food that we eat, the way that we talk, the words that we say in Spanish. It's a whole new thing. So maybe one day Lewis will take me to Guatemala. But I've taken him to Puerto Rico this year, and I know he really liked it. Yeah. And I know that, Lewis just likes all the food that I make. Most of the food I make is all Puerto Rican and American. But that was one of the things in premarital class that I think is going to be very useful, and it's going to set you up for success, I think. They also talk about how like God needs to be the center of your marriage. And I thought that was a really good topic, because even now we always keep Christ in it. We always make sure that, we respect each other, we love each other, we pray for each other, and that we have a marriage that is built on God. So definitely take your premarital classes. All right. Holding down, it says, who paid for the wedding?
Me.
Babe, but you have to say it loud and proud.
Yeah, proud. Me.
Yes. Lewis paid for my wedding. We did not do the Hispanic thing. My parents did not pay for the wedding.
Notice that you said my wedding, like if I wasn't there.
I said who paid for our wedding.
And you said my wedding.
I said that?
Yeah.
I don't remember saying that.
Oh, I know.
Well, our wedding, you paid for our wedding. And you know what? I'm grateful that you did. And I always say this. Lewis at the time was working in aviation, right? You were working in Fort Lauderdale, Miami. And it was hard for Lewis to budget the amount of money that we needed to pay for the wedding. He had to make a lot of sacrifices. And I think it definitely built him up for like when we got married and how to like budget and save money. And, our family helped out in certain things. My mom paid for the wedding dress. His parents helped out with like some of the favors. And planning the wedding itself was basically me. I did all the wedding planning. I had like a binder, what kind of flowers, what kind of cake. And Lewis just kind of made sure that everything was being paid. And I was okay with that. You know, he said, get everything that you need and just tell me when I have to get dressed and I'll show up at the altar, which is really nice. And then where was our honeymoon?
We took a cruise.
We took a cruise for the first time on Carnival.
Yeah.
It was really fun. It was really, really fun. And then last question is, are you still happy in this marriage?
Yes, I am.
Oh, that's so nice.
It's true.
Yeah, I'm happy in this marriage too. And you know what, guys? We're really happy to be together still and like be a really good example to others and for like our friends and family to, you know, just be there to help us out whenever we need help and just share those moments together with us. So thank you to everybody who said happy anniversary to us via text or Instagram or Facebook or whatever. We appreciate it very much, and we know that God is going to help us through.
Yeah.
All right. So for this episode's challenge, it's kind of like our final thoughts. Basically, it's a two-parter. The first one is know the ideal spouse that you're waiting for. Know what your morals are, your beliefs, what special values you want for them to have. Obviously, not all of them are going to get check marks, but you know what? Know which ones are important, you know, like I believe look for somebody who's a man of God, who is in love with God, so that your relationship can be able to be built on a strong foundation. If he loves God, he's going to love you the way you're supposed to. All right. Look for other qualities like my husband is funny. I didn't know that was something that I wanted. He makes my days lighter whenever he comes home. And I'm sure some of the qualities that he likes about me is that I like to plan. I like to cook. And, you know the spouse that you're waiting for. Not for you to be the perfect spouse for someone else, but know like which ones are you're going to be able to say yes and which ones you're going to be able to say like, I'm sorry, it's a hard no. Okay. And number 2 is know who you are and know your boundaries. Get to know yourself during your singlehood if you're single. Get to know, Christ if you're single. And enjoy the season that you're in. And if you're not single and you're dating somebody, still be able to find out new hobbies that you like, new things that you can do. And if you're engaged, congratulations. And I pray that your marriage continues to be just something that can flourish in God's name. So that's it. Those are the 2 parts. So know your spouse that you're looking for and know you and know your boundaries. So thank you guys so much for tuning into episode 31, which is about our love story. And again, if you have any questions or comments and if you have any feedback for us, any of that is encouraged and we appreciate it very much.
Yes, we do.
All right, guys. God bless.
God bless.
If you enjoyed listening to this podcast, follow us on Facebook and Instagram at The Remix Movement for more updates. Send us a DM with your feedback, questions, and any topics that you would like to hear in any of our future episodes. Thank you and God bless.